Welcome back to Tokyo Ghoul Re-Anime Review, episode number 9. This one reviewing the 9th episode of Tokyo Re, which is called Play, Departed Spirit, and the 174th chapter of the manga, Do. Yep. The episode itself is roughly adapted from chapters 38 to 41. I sound like, okay, so only 4 chapters. Alright, pretty simple enough. And with this one focused on, like, the first, most of the episodes focus on Shu. Yeah, first time he's actually almost like focused episode where he tries to recap with Kaneki. He meets up with Kaneki first time, and apparently Kaneki doesn't remember him at all because, well, his amnesia stuff. And he's there with his entire squad. I mean, the entire group. Psycho herself actually does play a part in this episode after the last few episodes where she played almost no part at all. And of course, they also have made a visit to Udo, the mask maker, and having an episode that's semi-reminiscent of the episode from the original Tokyo Ghoul anime series, and of course in the manga when they all get all measurements for mask, and of course Kaneki as Sas. He goes to the superior to get permission to pose as ghouls, turns him down. I'm like, this will be interesting to infiltrate the world of ghouls to get more. I'm sure from his perspective, it will be interesting despite the fact he actually is a ghoul. Though somehow he's able to eat regular food despite being a regular ghoul. Yeah, this something is not explained at all. Yeah. Excuse me. So, eventually they try, Shu meets up with Kaneki again, and they talk about books, which is a pretty decent conversation. And they mention his favorite writer, who is Edo, who's also Edo of the leader of the Ajori Tree. Of course, Kaneki himself never knew this for quite some time. Yeah, it wasn't until sometime later he found out about this. That apparently he does like her work, but he's not a big fan of it. No. He says that he doesn't like the fact that her stories are tragic, and most of the protagonists of her books have it where the supporting cast who are close to the protagonist dies in the book. Yeah, that's probably what turns him off, though he really did like the books before. And, of course, Shu basically is wondering, also wondered in the episode, does people from Anaku know that Kaneki's still around? In the case of what I can tell from previous episodes, it looks like Toka, Raja, and a couple of people do know Kaneki is alive and well, and they do suspect he's definitely Sas, and of course Himari, but I don't think he knows that information. The viewers know that, but he doesn't. Yeah, and then one of his associates hires the Ajuri Tree of all people to take out Kaneki's associates from the CGC. They bring in one of them basically just pops out of nowhere and just lures him to a parking garage where they have a big brawl with them. And Kaneki himself nearly loses control of his Kanku, and of course the Red members get away. But one of them tries to strangle Psycho. Yeah, and this guy really is a psychopath. He's like, he even says a couple words in English, which I'm like, that was bizarre. Like, he says, ouch. Yeah, he says that in English. I don't know why in the world the people who made this series. Now, I watched the episode sub, and this guy is saying a couple words in English. I don't know, maybe that was a screw up on the part of the subbers. Either that or they did it on purpose. He says the word ouch after getting kicked in the gut by some mysterious ghoul who saves Psycho. As for who this is, my personal theory, I don't think it's Udo. It doesn't look like it. It could be Ranju. Yeah, it could be him. Also, speaking of Udo, he actually interviews all of the he interviews Sasa's squad. When he talks to Psycho, he also has like his measurement tape like wrapped around her head. It is so funny. And he has like, what are your hobbies? Reading, eating, sleeping, watching anime, playing video games. Yeah, basically the lazy one. Yeah, and of course, the guy who also later in the episode tried to kill her commented how cute she is. Yeah, Psycho is cute. like cute little girl. She's adorable. Um, and for the one that looks like that one guy from Naruto, the one with the sharp teeth, he asks him like, does he have a girlfriend? He says no. Is there any girls you like? I don't know. And then the guy who was basically the one who's got the big attitude with him, he says, "Oh yeah, you're the smart one." And he's like, and he also commented on Masuri's iPad, how cute it is. Yeah, I thought the scene was quite hilarious for the most part, but this was by far a pretty interesting episode. Kind of sets up what could be a new story arc for this particular series right now. And I'm definitely looking forward to next week's episode. Looks like more Shu's gonna be a little more involved next week's episode. So there's that. Now on to the newest chapter of the manga, Do. Yep. This one is mostly half action, half talking. Yeah, it starts off. I think it's Kaneki. He's faced off against somebody, and he fights him for a good portion of the chapter, for like the first like few pages, and then we cut to somebody who I think is, oh yeah, she's actually the maid for Shu, where she's investigating the family. Oh yeah, apparently she figures out though. Apparently a lot of the male members die at the age of 30, and we cut back to the fight between Kaneki and his opponent. I don't remember his name. And this lasts for a good period of time. Yeah, after briefly seeing that, let's see, lots of fighting, and we had this really weird. We had this two-page spreads. One looks like Toka looked like right after she gave birth, and she's with her best friend, possibly named her the godmother, and I think that's Himari. And for some reason, the way the artist drew this, it looks like looks like he just put a lot of scratches in it. Like, what in the world what is up with all these scratches? It's so bizarre, and that's how the chapter ends. With Kaneki seeing a vision of the future of his child being born, which I'm looking forward to seeing that. Like, what is Kaneki and Toka's child is going to look like? I'm looking forward to that myself. This is a pretty decent chapter. I did like the interlude they put in here of investigating Shu's family, about investigating his family tree, which could be interesting. And one thing I know about the maid who kind of like follows him around, especially in that OVA days, it's kind of heavily implied she has a thing for Shu. It's very heavily implied, but she doesn't say anything about it. Alright? So, I'm going to give this chapter roughly a 9 out of 10. It's a pretty good chapter. It doesn't feel like that. Excuse me. It does feel like the fight this has been going on for the past couple chapters now. It looks like it's probably drawing its conclusion pretty soon. I'm hoping to see. This is also the first time that Toka's popped up in the manga. Well, I think she did pop up briefly in the last chapter. That was the first time in several chapters she's popped up in. Yeah. So I'm going to give this roughly 9 out of 10. So, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for... I have a couple comic corners coming up right now. And you'll find out what they are when I put them up. Okay? But to see you all there. Bye.